I deserve to have my life fully funded by men.
Like, dead ass, what happened to the real? Like, what happens to that's gonna make sure you straight?
I don't know what's going on these days, but I swear to God, it seems like everybody is having trouble dating.
The number one question I get asked is where to meet good men. Like,
they can't find good men because they're blind to them. They're not really looking.
You know, it's actually so crazy that women do not say sorry.
Why do men avoid women with high body counts when it comes to marriage?
Okay, ladies, I hate to say it, why do we never give the nice guy the chance?
The weirdest thing I've noticed in dating culture is like no one is trying to make a girl.
What we're seeing now is the final stages of dating. There is no more dating culture. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
Women don't hate getting older because they're afraid of losing their beauty. They hate getting older because they wasted their beauty on your disgusting son.
I don't know who need to hear this, but it's okay to f on the first night. It's like a test drive. You gotta ride it, see if you like it. You can't just go for the looks. What if it don't ride smooth? You gotta see if you can f with it. I'm telling you, gotta see if you can f with it. Cause you don't wanna fall in love and then you stuck with something that don't ride smooth. Like, nope, can't do it.
I deserve to have my life fully funded by men.
I'm just curious, but why does it seem that a lot of women out there have this particular mentality? Why do they deserve to have their lives paid for? I mean, why?
I want my nails paid for. I want my toes paid for. I want my shopping paid for. I want my hair paid for. I want my makeup paid for. I want everything paid for.
You know, there's actually a term that very accurately describes someone who has to live off of the lives of others.
And you know who's going to pay for it? You are.
You know, the saddest part of this is, and it's not the fact that they're basically advertising that they have no marketable skills and are having to live off of their looks alone. I wonder what they're going to do when they're not in their 20s or even their 30s anymore, and they start progressing towards their 40s and their 50s. Wonder if they actually have any job skills. No, but the saddest part about this is that there are actually a lot of men out there that would be more than happy just to pay for it to get her attention.
She's clearly advertising the first job in the world. I dated a girl like this, yeah, and when we broke up, I was suddenly an abusive and controlling boyfriend. Her daddy lied to her, said she was the most prettiest princess on the planet. Her daddy lied. Again, what are you bringing to the table, Missy? 'Cause your beauty won't help pay bills. I'm confused. Wasn't the whole point of women fighting for their rights because they didn't want to rely on men? Now this woman is saying that men should be funding her lifestyle, basically her existence. And the crazy part? In today's time, many women think like this. They claim independence until the bill comes. Suddenly it's a man's job to pay. They want equality when it's convenient, but traditional treatment when it benefits them. It's no longer about equal opportunity. It's about double standards. You can't say you don't need a man, then turn around and demand one funds your lifestyle. That's not strength. That's entitlement. These same women who scream, "I'm strong and independent," are the first to say, a real man would pay for everything. If men are expected to be protectors, providers, and planners, what exactly are these women bringing to the table besides expectations? It's a contradiction that's turning more and more men away from modern dating.
Why do men avoid women with high body counts when it comes to marriage? It's not just about the past. It's about the future. When a man asks about your past relationships, he's thinking long-term about trust, emotional depth, and comparison. The more partners someone has had, the harder it can be to truly bond with just one person. It's not about judgment. It's about the emotional baggage that can come with multiple relationships. Think about it. When you've been with many people, you unconsciously compare your current partner to those past experiences. It makes it harder to fully appreciate who's in front of you. Men crave loyalty, trust, and the feeling of being enough for their partner. A high body count can make him feel like he'll never measure up, like he's competing with ghosts from the past. So before you dismiss this as insecurity, understand that for many men, it's about building something real and lasting, free from past shadows. And if you're serious about love, maybe it's time to start thinking about how your past shapes your future.
And I'm tired of being single.
And I'm not capable to find someone who is able to get interested in me, in myself, for a long time. I don't know. It's only about superficiality, relationships.
If we required commitment before sex, we would have more relationships.
I don't even condone drink dates. As a man, societally, he gets paid more. And his time that he has more of because he's not doing hair, makeup, and shaving his legs.
I would love to know, what do we need y'all for?
Women don't need men in order to make money to provide for themselves or take care of themselves.
Gorgeous, gorgeous girls don't cry over a boy in a car. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls don't need a boy.
I'm so sick of this. Like, I'm so sick of not feeling like a priority to you.
I need somebody to have my back. I do. I'm admitting it. I could say I'm a strong, independent woman that doesn't need no man, but I am saying I want a man, and I need a man.
This is just the reality for many women. Now that they finally want a boyfriend or a serious relationship, they can't get it. And it's not because men have disappeared. It's because of the choices they made. This is what happens when you participate in hookup culture, chase attention, and treat relationships like a game. You can't spend years valuing temporary pleasure over long-term connection and then suddenly expect commitment to come knocking at your door. And honestly, it's really hard to feel sympathy for most of them because they've done this to themselves. You can't expect to build something meaningful on a foundation of meaningless flings. Relationships require trust, loyalty, and genuine effort. Now, the same women who used to say, "I don't need a man," are out here crying about being alone. But what they're really mourning is the consequences of their own choices. They've earned that position.
You know, it's actually so crazy that women do not say sorry. Women do not apologize. Instead, women gaslight men into apologizing for things that they're not even at fault for. And then these same women will sit there and wonder why their relationships don't work out. I'm sorry, they won't sit there and wonder why their relationships don't work out, because that would take some self-accountability and reflection, because that would take some real work, right? That would take some real accountability. So instead, they take the easy way out. They blame men.
Men, if you're out shopping for anything and you see a woman that just keeps popping up, she's not just popping up for no reason. That girl is stalking you. She is hoping to God that you will say something. She's attracted to you. Say hi.
He probably doesn't care because, for one, he's not shopping for a girlfriend. He's literally shopping for something else, and he's just busy trying to find that something else, and then he wants to get out of there. Two, if you're the one interested in him and you can't even just say hi, because you could literally say anything to a man to show that you're interested in him and to start a conversation. But the fact that you can't do that, it doesn't bode well for a potential relationship where you're unable to communicate things to him. He would rather cross out that potential relationship. Lastly, 3, he's not falling for it. He does not believe you. He has been trained to believe in, quite honestly, the opposite, that women are not interested in him, because he doesn't want to fall into the trap of misinterpreting a woman's actions and thinking that she's interested in him when she isn't. And then he could be labeled a creep, which is interesting because it's her that's the stalker, not him.
I would have to agree. And this is one of the many issues that women have. She can literally be interested in the man, but somehow expects him to pick up on subtle signs instead of just being direct and shooting her shot. If that woman is popping up at the store, showing up in his space, glancing over but saying nothing, she expects him to read her mind, make the move, and of course, chase her. And the truth is, you can't date a woman like that. That kind of passive, entitled approach doesn't work anymore. Men are tired of guessing, tired of playing this mind-reading game. In a time when women claim to be bold, empowered, and independent, it's ironic that many still rely on old-school fairy tale dynamics, where the man is supposed to pursue endlessly, even with no clear green light. Dating isn't a guessing game. If you're interested, say something. Do something. This mentality keeps so many women single, not because they're not attractive, but because they expect effort without giving any.
Everyone should have a hoe phase. I truly believe that. Because I see it as like, if you have a high number, I would rather have you get that out of your system now.
Yeah.
And like once we're together, like you want to settle down. And the same thing for women. Like I feel like guys should have the same perspective. Like, okay, they got that out of their system. Everyone should have a hoe phase. I truly believe that. So have that hoe phase, and it shouldn't matter, because also when you meet someone, like let's say two people meet at 31, you guys have lived a whole life of not knowing each other. Like,
you think you're gonna meet me at 31 and like I haven't lived?
You've been locked away in a castle, like
literally waiting for someone to ask my dad if they can marry me.
Be so for real.
Unpopular opinion, and the girls is going to eat me up for this. You're not all on the level to think you're going to meet a man who's already established and at the top. Okay. So hear me out. You know what happened to like very much, all I got is $1 and a dream, but you're going to roll with me, roll. Cause some of y'all, that's what y'all, nothing wrong with it. And some of that's what y'all need to be trying to attract, searching for, chasing down. Instead, y'all so focused on who's going to get the hottest, the richest, the most lit, that I'm not going to say, or should I say ask the most controversial question, because I don't always agree with it. What do you bring to the table? Okay? But for some of y'all, I will ask, why do you feel so entitled? Humble yourself, mama. I want you to find love. Everybody's not in the same. Yeah.
Once again, too many women are out here waiting for the finished product. A man who already has the money, the house, the lifestyle, the status. Yet they're not willing to put in any work with a man to build that life together. They want the reward without the effort. The majority of them want a ready-made man handed to them on a silver platter. And when you ask them why they think they deserve that, their only response is, because I'm a woman, or do you not see me? Like, what is that even supposed to mean? Since when did just existing become the qualification for a high-value man? This mindset is entitlement at its peak. They don't want to build with you. They want to benefit from what you've already built. They skip the struggle, but expect to enjoy the success. But what they don't realize is, men remember who was with them when they had nothing. And the majority of women today don't deserve a high-value man. Many just aren't qualified.
I hope you guys are happy you canceled catcalling. Okay, I just walked past a group of construction.
Who do you think canceled catcalling? I hope you don't think it's the women. No, y'all don't have any real influence over us like that. You may think you do, but you don't. No, it was the men that just decided they didn't want to do it anymore because they got better shit to do now. And besides, we get more enjoyment out of watching y'all starve for attention than to actually give it to you. Because when we starve you out, the shit that y'all will do for our attention is completely entertaining. And we can see it all for free. Especially since y'all are begging for all this money. We're like, well, we just won't give them any attention, and they'll go through the extremes to make sure that they get our attention. And one will try to outdo the other, and we can see it all for free. Are you kidding me right now?
But every single time this happens, I always tell myself, like, oh, you'll get over it. Or like, you're over him. It'll be fine, right? I haven't blocked his number, and he hasn't texted me since he ghosted me. He hasn't, not once. He ghosted me once, and then he ghosted me twice. The second time before he ghosted me, he's like, I want to make it up to you. I want to take you out on a date. I can't stop thinking about you. You did nothing wrong.
As he comes back into the car, he tells me, I don't think we're going to have a good time. And I thought he was kidding. And I'm like, huh? He's like, I'm taking you back home. You're not my type. Oh my God. I'm sure it's because I'm overweight that he didn't want to go, like, continue the date or whatever. And I'm just like, wow, like, it was so fucking awkward.
But people don't just want to date me in my day-to-day life. Like, if he was actually interested, then the date probably would have gone better, you know? Like, this is our second date, and he's not once told me that I was pretty or that I looked nice. And he doesn't, like, ask me questions about myself. And I know that the answer is he's just not interested. Like, I'm aware of that. But, like, neither is anybody else. And at some point, I don't want to be single forever.
This is why making choices is so important. A lot of these women are now saying, I don't want to be single, or I don't want to be single forever. But when you look at their past and the choices they made, it's clear their path was always leading them exactly to that outcome. What they fail to understand is that life doesn't pause while you figure it out. Time moves forward, and if you keep making short-term feel-good choices, don't act shocked when the long-term consequences show up at your door. Being single forever wasn't the plan, but for many, it's becoming the result. These chicks are now stuck in accountability mode, a stage they never thought they'd reach. It's that brutal phase where the illusions fade and reality finally hits. This is where the weeping starts, the crying, the late-night TikToks talking about, where are all the good men and why am I still single? But it's not the world that changed, it's just that their time ran out.
So lately I've just been super content with being single and kind of just being independent and doing my own thing, that I've adopted this mindset that the guy can just come find me and put in the effort towards finding me, despite not being on any dating apps whatsoever. I think when you're so content with being single, you just raise your standards and you have this whole new level of self-love and constantly remind yourself that you're the prize, that you don't have to put any energy towards finding somebody because that's not a priority to you at the end of the day. And so coming from this mindset of like, yeah, he can come find me, I'm just going to continue doing me, has really just enriched my life in so many ways because I'm doing things that are making me happy. I'm trying out new things. I'm doing new activities. I'm traveling. I'm spending more time with my friends and getting closer with them. And I don't know, I just feel like my life, not putting that focus towards dating and finding anyone, it's just making my life more like, I just feel like I'm reaching a whole new level of self-love that I hadn't discovered, a few years back. And I feel like this mindset is also going to attract the right person into my life because I just don't even want to settle anymore. And so realizing that, I can continue doing me and that the guy can just try to find me has just made me a lot more happier and worry-free, to be honest.
This woman is confused. She's out here saying she's not putting relationships first. She's traveling, having fun, living her life, and that her man will come find her. What she doesn't understand is that time is already working against her. While she's catching flights and posting selfies for likes, the clock is ticking and it doesn't care about her fun. The longer a woman stays in this fun and travel mode, the harder it becomes to find a good man, not because good men don't exist, but because the mindset she's cultivating during that time, independence without accountability, freedom without structure, starts to harden. She becomes used to doing everything for herself and answering to no one. Suddenly, compromise feels like control, and submission feels like oppression. By the time she's ready to settle down, her dating pool has shrunk, her standards have inflated, and her appeal to high-value men has declined.